Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, to the coaching dynasty after our devastating loss in the national championship. Now it's on to the off season, and to start off, we could just start off with players leaving. So right now, from what I see, is I have nobody wanting to transfer. We do got a first grade projection on Carmelo Overton. Really happy about that. I think the way he played, he definitely is like a round one middle linebacker. Looking here also at the other guys, I'm kind of surprised that nobody else is getting a projected draft. But obviously, it's gonna depend on how it sorts out later on. But if you could see, we're losing a lot of big pieces. Another big piece is Banks. We're losing Pegas also. We're basically losing our O-line also. You got Isaiah Reed, Peterson. You also have Joyner, Breland. It's a big deal. Hopefully in training we get enough people to level up for the following season. See if we can make another run. We do still keep Chambers at quarterback. We do still have our running backs, and we're keeping Double G. You know, there's a possibility. More of my worry goes to linebacker, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So going into draft results, we actually got two people drafted. Overton did go in the first round, and Braden Joyner, our center, got drafted in the 6th round. I am surprised out of like all the people. That's the last person I would have thought got drafted, Joyner. I would have thought it was going to be somebody else, maybe Isaiah Reed or something. But hey, it is what it is. Two more people got drafted, so that's good news for Memphis. So going into recruiting, I don't have that many needs. The only needs I have pending are left guard and strong safety. And as far as strong safety, I am already going for Milano. And as far as guard, obviously I'm going here for Rayshawn Woods. Everything else is just icing on the cake, just a little bit extra. So I do have a couple people here. Shakir, the free safety, Guardado, the tight end, Richie, the wide receiver. Also Charles Capps, he's a quarterback, but he's an athlete. So I did add on a couple transfers here. Here we got Darnell Biggs, wide receiver, another strong safety, James Powers. This guy's ranked number 5 in the whole nation. I'm also going for James Powers, strong safety, halfback, Ladarius Grimes, DT Cody Anger, Noah Hall, and Miguel Castillo. These two guys are left ends. Obviously, no pressure to get these, in my opinion. I just do think getting our, the last bit of needs that we have, plus whatever 4 stars are available, just get them off the board, I think is the most important thing to do. As far as class, right now we are the number 6 class in the country. All right, so we did get a couple commitments here. First one is Taylor Milano, the strong safety. So guys, after that week 1, we almost got Rayshawn Hood. He's right on the cusp of committing. We just need a little bit more. Also for Shakir, we're almost right there. Guardado, we're number 1 for him. I did put a visit for him, see if we advance a little bit more. Richie, we're still down. LSU's making a push for him. There is a possibility. The way it's going, I don't know if we get him. And Charles Capps, that's another one that it doesn't look good for us. Biggs, obviously, from the transfer portal. We're number 2 right now. We're advancing. Let's see if we could overtake LSU this week coming up. Power, same thing. LSU looks like it's our competition right now. Grimes looks like he's interested more in UM, but we do got a visit scheduled for him. Anger, we're number 1 for him. We're number 1 for Hull and Castillo. I did add a couple other guys. Zachary Jennings, a QB, 3-star transfer, a JUCO free safety for set, and a punter, Mike Cansey. So after that, we did get Shakir to sign up. We also got Anger, the DT, Hall, the left end, the other left end, Miguel Castillo. So as you guys could see, we lost out on James Powers. We're gonna have to get him out of there. Kind of sucks that we did lose to him. I kind of liked his things, especially that, you know, we're at need at strong safety right now. I'm happy with who we have with Whitaker, but you know, it'd be good to get another person with some experience back there also. So just going down the line again, Hood, we're almost there and getting him. Guardado, I mean, it's been a struggle to try to advance on him, but we're still number one. Richie, same thing. Just trying to advance on him. Caps, it looks like he's gonna go to Tennessee. Biggs, there's a race there. We do have a visit this week, so hopefully we could move over LSU on this one. Grimes, we jumped so there's a possibility that we get him. This other QB that we put, Zachary Jennings, we're number one with him. For set, free safety, we're number one with him now. This punter, I just finished putting some points. I did put a offer before, but he hasn't moved us anywhere. And I added these two guys because I'm over points right now. I have over 160 points to use and I can't use them anywhere. So I added these two guys because on targets and scholarships, I'm already full. So we did get the commitment from Hood. So all of our needs have been met for this offseason. We did get Biggs. We jumped LSU and got Biggs. So as I suspected, we did lose out on Caps. The other surprise was that actually jumped us and they got Ladarius Grimes. So we weren't able to get him. All right, to update the last week, Guardado, we are basically, it looks like he's in the bag. I don't know, but it looks like it. We're still fighting with LSU for Paul Richie, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna pull him out. It looks like this new QB, Zachary Jennings, he's gonna come on board. Jameson Forsett, I mean, I don't know. We're top 3 right now. We're on the top for Mike Cansey, the punter. Sam Hartman, we're number 2 right now. Dion Shimmer, the halfback, he's a junior JUCO. I mean, we're number 1 right now. I did add on this guy, Max Willies. I did put an offer for him. Let's see if we get him. And then I did find this gem tight end, George Queen. I put the maximum points. So, I mean, let's see. For the people that are going after him aren't like championship contenders, but you never know how this thing goes. Unfortunately, I do have leftover 370 points, and there's really nothing I could do about it because I have set up visits and everything with everybody. I've wasted all my points, and I still have 370 left over for this week. So we did get Max Waddell, a tight end, 4-star. We did get Zachary Jennings. These are kind of people that I kind of knew we were going to get. We did get Forsett, the 3-star safety. We got the halfback, Dion Shimmer. We got the punter, Cansey. So as you guys could see, we did lose out on Paul Richie. He did go. He ended up going to LSU. We did lose Sam Hartman, the tackle, the new wide receiver and tight end also that we added. We lost out on them also. So, I mean, it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So just to wrap up our class, just so you guys could see who we finally ended up getting, we did get 31 prospects, starting with our 2 5-stars, 5-star quarterback, Deontay Beatty. He's a star development. And Lyle Abrams, the right tackle, he's also a star development. But we'll go down the line this way so you can see him by position. Zach Jennings, he's a normal dev. We did get Boyko, he's normal dev, but Shamir is a star dev. Receivers, we got Cooper and Biggs, and they are both impact development. Guardado comes in as an impact development. It's a nice catch right at the end to sign him up to come on over to Memphis. The tackles, like I said, Abrams, right tackle star. Gainwell is a normal, and Darren LaRue, who we got after the championship, he's also a normal development. Guards, and these guys are all right guards. Obviously, I'm going to have to do some position changing. But Franz, normal development. Mallard, normal. Fouts, impact. Jalen Allen, impact. And Rashawn Hood ended up being an impact also. Our DEs, our defensive ends. Tupa came out normal. McDougald came out impact. Hall came out impact. And Castillo is normal. DT, Anger is impact. Right outside linebacker, Cesar Estrada is normal. Our middle linebackers, Tyler Hickson is a star, and John Jackson is normal development. Our two cornerbacks, our two 4-star cornerbacks, Middlesbrook is elite, and Ezekiel is a normal. Our free safeties, Vernon Shakir, normal development, and Jameson Forsett came out as an elite trait. Our strong safeties, Wint, star, Thomas, also a star, and Milano came out as normal. I'm going to go ahead and go through some position changes here. And then then we'll go into training. I'll see who I change. I'll let you guys know who I change exactly. But then after that, we'll go into training and see how the team comes out after that. Okay, guys, so we are lacking right now at right guard. Obviously, most of them are freshmen. Well, most of them, all of them are freshmen, basically. So what I'm going to be doing is our left guard, Dejiri, we're going to be moving him over to right guard and create a little bit of competition over there. We'll go ahead and get some of these right guards over to the left side, these freshmen. That way, that'll even out the depth charts. Also, we got a whole bunch of right tackles over here. I'm going to see if I move a couple of these guys over to the left. And also, again, even out the depth charts. So I did make one move. I put Joey Levine up to middle linebacker. He was an athlete last year. So they can make competition with Etienne. See who's going to be our starting middle linebacker, because honestly, this is pretty close, depending on how training goes. The last thing that I did was I moved Walter East over to strong safety just to even out the strong safety room. There really wasn't many moves on the defense because every position is basically filled. So now we're into training results, and I'm surprised Chambers only moved up one overall more. Dolegala, Vernon was our backup last year, and I think I'm going to keep Vernon as the backup still. But Dolegala moved up over him, and Landman, he really didn't move up much. Bodiford got up to an 84, but he's an 86. Moffitt is up to an 80. Godwin went up to a 79. Garvin 73, and Kadu 73. Wide receivers, Double G. I'm surprised Double G hasn't moved up much more. He's up to an 83. Emery made one of the biggest jumps. He's up to a 79 now. He moved over Klus. Klus stayed basically at a 76. Taumapino, who's the quarterback, he actually went up to a 76 now over Gaffney. And Peters went up a little bit, but not too much on anybody else. Creer, biggest jump for tight end. He went up to an 82. Opeta, he's the other quarterback. He actually went up to a 77 now. Our left tackles, Crawford went up to an 88. Presley went up to an 86 now. Winston moved over Costanzo. He basically stayed at a 77, and now Winston went over him to an 81. Dijiri, whoa. He was like a 72 or something. He went all the way up to an 86. Meyer stayed at an 82, which it is what it is. You know, he didn't move much, but he's basically right now our best right tackle. Sullivan didn't move up much. He basically stayed. He was like an 83. Now he's an 84. Patino and Rugamba. Patino went up to an 86. Rugamba went up to an 84. Wow. I mean, that's great news. Defensive tackles, Johns, 88. I'm going to call this guy AK. I should change his number to 47 just to call him AK-47. But because to remember this guy's name, I just can't do that. You know what? I'm going to see if I can do that right now. Okay, so I just finished changing his name, changing his number to number 47. And now Alex Caltavides, I'm going to call him AK-47 from now on. That's the simplest way for me to remember his name. Coffee went up to an 81. And that's about it. Perfect. And more, same thing as last year. They've been fighting for for position, for playing time. Moore was a starter last year, and that's probably how it's gonna stay. Whoa, Cole Duckett, who was like the bottom of the depth chart here, he went up to a 79 over Etienne and Levine, who are at a 78. And McNichols went up to an 87, Thomason an 84, and Tiffin's at an 82 also. Robert, this is what I'm happy about. Robert moved up as the number 1 cornerback. He was basically, after Moss, when he came in, when Moss got injured, he came in and he did a phenomenal job playing, and I'm kind of glad that he moved into the number 1 corner slot. Schaub, who has the speed to be the number 2, has moved up to number 2. And Shakir Starks, who was actually a athlete wide receiver, has now moved into the 3rd cornerback position. But obviously this might change. I don't know if I want to have Starks there because Kuhn and Whitaker did really good last year. So at free safety, Vic went up to an 83. Obviously our starter was Levi Cleveland at an 82, which I think that's how it's going to stay with Cleveland being the starter. I mean, we made it to a championship with him. And then Whitaker went to an 87 with a whole bunch of freshmen as their backup. Kickers, Weeks is up to a 90 and Carizona at a 72. So we got the punter Uyghur at an 81. Which is whatever. So best players on the team right now is sadly the kicker Weeks, defensive tackle Johns, and our left tackle Crawford. So I'm gonna get into cutting players, and we have about 14 players that we need to cut from the team. So I got a lot of transfers or cuts to go through. So I'll just go through them real quick, and then I'll show you the team on the other side. Okay guys, so looking at our schedule for this year, we will start out with our rivalry, Arkansas State. I guess that's going to be an every year thing from now on. Then we're going to be getting into big SEC play, Arkansas, then Mississippi State, and then Auburn. And then after that, into conference play. So I'm kind of happy with that we're gonna be playing 3 SEC teams in a row. It's better for the team, I think. That way, we could really gauge ourselves, especially against 3 SEC teams. I'm surprised that they did this matchup. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the recruiting board. And you know, our biggest needs, from what I've seen, is going to be quarterback. Let's just go into team needs here. As you can see, quarterback, we're going to need 3 receivers, 4 tackles actually. And then let's see, defense. We're going to need 3 left outside linebackers, plus 2 on the right, so that makes it 5 outside linebackers. And just 2 defensive ends. So yeah, it is a big deal with, you know, the positions that we're going to be missing, but you know, even after we get what we need, I think we'll be good enough to move around other pieces if we do decide to stay the following season also, if we don't get a real good job offer. Okay, so looking really quick at the recruiting board, there are no top 100s recruits interested in coming in on board. Obviously, I know I could add some guys. I just try to keep it as realistic as possible. I'm just gonna go for team needs right now, and then if I have points left over for something better, then you know, I could actually go for that. So right now, so you guys could see what we got on board. We have 2 quarterbacks. 1 is an athlete. We also have halfback Bober, fullback Winters, and 3 wide receivers. We have 4 tackles, 2 DEs, 1 defensive tackle, 5 outside linebackers, 1 strong safety, and 1 kicker. These are basically the needs that I need on the team right now, and that's really what I'm going to be concentrating on, going for need instead of best player. Once I fill the needs, then I'll go for best players on the board. So guys, after the first initial 21 people, I had so many points left over that I got an extra basically 10 people, and they're all like the top recruits, or they're all 5 stars. Obviously, my chances at them, I don't know what they might be, but I'm just putting them out there. Maybe I get lucky with one of them, or maybe nothing happens. But it's just me basically trying to get rid of points that I have left over. So I put on the preseason Heisman watch, and we are nowhere in there. I would have thought we would have had something. Maybe Chambers was in there, but nope. Nothing there. All right, guys, so my plan right now is to go through red shirts really quick and set that up. Then after that, go through the depth charts, and then that's basically it for this episode. I'll go through that really quick and show you guys who I redshirted. It's going to be a lot of freshmen. Okay, starting with a couple of red shirts here. Halfback George Boyko and Dion Shermer. Good thing is that Shermer is a junior, so we're holding him back another year. Maybe he could get to develop a little bit more than what he is. The other person is Gaffney. If you guys remember, Gaffney caught a touchdown in the national championship. He is a senior, but I think, you know, with Klus leaving and Double G leaving, just having another senior presence, you know, redshirting him for the following season, I think would be good for the team. Our freshman tight end, Guardado, he's gonna be red shirt. Picking Brent's because Brent is basically gone after the season, and it'd be good to just have Guardado just hold on to that freshman tag for 1 month. Left end, Jalen Allen, we're gonna be red shirting him. Also right guard, Rashawn Hood, gonna be redshirting him also. For the left end, Femi Tupa, we're gonna redshirt him. These are more like developmental players. The other players that, you know, that I'm not redshirting, they're gonna see a role, either backup or starting. But these guys, basically, like you see, I could easily just redshirt Miguel Castillo, but I'm choosing not to because of his overall. He looks like a good backup. Yeah, I could use Hall as the backup here, but I'd rather just do Femi Tupa and have him hold on to 1 more year. Also, Lawrence McDougald, we're gonna redshirt him. At middle linebacker, we're gonna redshirt John Jackson. At right outside linebacker, we're doing Cesar Estrada. Cornerbacks. Our cornerback room looks like the most filled room out of anyone. Quarterback, wide receiver, but also cornerback. And it's good that we have two freshmen that are basically 75 and 74 overall. But yeah, Middlesbrooks, we're going to redshirt him along with Ezekiel. At free safety, we're going to redshirt Shakir and Forsett. And last one, Taylor Milano. I said last one for Milano, but that's not true. We're actually also doing the punter, Mike Cansey. Okay, so going through depth charts really quick. Obviously, Chambers is the starting quarterback with the 5-star true freshman as the backup right now. Halfback, same thing. Bodiford starts. Moffat as the backup now. Fullback doesn't change. We still got Cockrell. Wide receiver, the new transfer. Biggs is the number 1 starter with Double G behind him. Emery, who jumped up big in training, has moved to the number 3 receiver. Then Cooper, the true freshman, and Klus and the athlete Talmopino as the rounding up the back. Tight ends, obviously Creer, who did a phenomenal job last year. Then Opeta. Then after that, Brents. Left tackle, Crawford is the starter, same as last year. Taking up the left guard now is Danny Presley. At center, Zach Winston. Right guard, that's another new position, Dejiri. At right tackle, we have Mitchell Myers. There is a chance Lyle Abraham might move into this position. That's obviously depending on how Mitchell Myers plays. Left end, our stud left end, it's going to be Sullivan starting. At right end, we move Patino over to right end, and he's going to be the starter now with Rugamba nipping at his heels. Defensive tackle, this is the weird one because we're pretty good here, to be honest with you. But Johns is getting the start along with AK-47 and then Coffee being the third. But we also have Coney Anger, who came in as a transfer, and Chamberlain. At left outside linebacker, Seneca Moore is coming back from last year, along with Brandon Burfict. At middle linebacker, here was the tough decisions to make, because I know we have Etienne and Levine, and you know, they're pretty good, but Duckett had a good training, and he's going to be getting the start for now. Honestly, let's see how this middle linebacking core goes, because Hickson's in there also. Right outside linebacker, there's another strong place for us. McNichols is the starter with Thomason as the backup. Cornerback, Dennis Robert. Dennis Robert, after Moss got injured last year, he came in and he basically took over the number 2 spot at cornerback. And now he's promoted basically to the number 1 cornerback. Along with that, Jared Schwab, he's going to be the backup. And we moved Shakir Starks as the number 3 cornerback with Kuhn and Whitaker in the rear. This one, I am still going with Levi Cleveland. He had, I think, a great year last year. He did really good for us. Cole Vick is the better overall player. But to be honest with you, the way that Cleveland led the defense, I had to put him as a starter again. Strong safety, one of our best players on defense, Whitaker. Obviously, he's staying there. George Weeks is our kicker. He's almost an All-American kicker. And Weger is the punter. So that is it for this one, guys. That's the off season. We'll see if maybe we could get back to the national championship. We are the number 6 team in the nation right now. And yeah, guys, after a disappointing season, hopefully we get back to where we were last year and maybe have the confidence to overcome and get to hoist that national championship trophy. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and God bless.